This is Friday, October 17th, 2025. Current time is 1:53 in the p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Went over it this morning briefly, about 9:30 or so, close to market open, or a little bit before that. Can't remember exactly when, but anyway, gravitational point for today was 664.06. It almost made it up there. Algorithms just got a little bit antsy and just sold off a little bit before that. As you see, the volume weighted average price is really common for like most traders to trade off of, because it does work sometimes. Or it's a tool that shows, when it's at its median price, when it's at, -3 or +3 deviation, or whatever in between. That had nothing to do with the price gravitational point today. Sometimes they coincide perfectly, like whatever it was the day before. Like sometimes the gravitational point will actually be more up here, and the volume weighted average price will actually play more of a role. But the math that I do, that's why I get a deviation in the volume weighted average price. If they match up well, sometimes you're really damn close, then it's worth the look at getting in a trade at that level. But this morning, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I did see, it reached the level that I thought there could be some support. And that was one. -3 deviation was one. It was below the bottom of average daily range, which all screamed to me that it's oversold and it needs to be, purchased up. Even if you don't get it exactly right. I'm not going to be exactly right every single day. That's just not how it works. Some days I'm spot on accurate. But anyway, right now it's trying again for 664.06. The way that I typically view that, I know there's like, I forget what the hell it's even called now, where it's like an upside down mountain or whatever. Dang, I've been out of the game for a minute. But anyway, like if this was the other way, then it'd be more bullish. If it's this way, then it's going to be more bearish. I can't remember which. But that's all hit or miss. That really don't have a whole lot to do with it, in my opinion, just from back testing and looking at charts and stuff. But definitely, the gravitation point should be met. It typically is met at least once. In the day, but since it's been below the volume weighted average price for most of the day, and below what I thought was a gravitational point most of the day, and it went below the -3 deviation and below the mathematical probabilities of potentially having some support. Since it did all that, in my opinion, it's still looking kind of on the bearish side. But again, like tomorrow it can change. The bottom of the average daily range actually bumped up. So that's typically a good thing. But the top has went down. And more than likely, if I was just guessing after viewing this same exact setup from previous times, is whenever you start necking down and necking up, or bottlenecking rather, on the average daily ranges, then you're going to have a plateau where it's going to be pretty stagnant. And then after a couple of days of stagnation, whenever a news actually comes out, whether it's good or bad, it's going to really dictate the markets and push heavily in one direction or the other. Usually whenever I see something's more flat, in the past anyway, I've maintained a bullish stance. But right now, when you're at the maximum that it's ever been anyway, then you don't. If it had a previous high to go to, then you'll know to shoot for that. But it kind of is what it is on a whole lot of this. But it's hard to tell if it will shoot up or not. But I'm still overall leaning bullish. But this may be a minute till it flattens out and has some days where it don't have a whole lot of movement. Stays near the gravitational point within like 1 deviation of both of them, which is slow for most traders and algorithms. But you also need a day where rips or dips in either direction. That way other traders can get into it. Hope you're happy, health, well, goodbye.